Hey everybody, welcome to T-Roy Cooks. Appreciate you joining us for another Thursday chat with Troy. Man, seriously, thank you all very much for all of your questions. And those that I did not answer, I think I mentioned this last week, I was on vacation. Those questions will be added to my list, so don't worry about it. I just didn't respond. There was way too many people to respond to. But the questions that you asked are getting added to my list for a future chat. If this is your first time here, this is where I answer viewer questions. So if you've got a question for me, just ask me in the comments section down below, and I'll be sure and add it to my list. If you are interested in any of the YouTubers I may mention, or the products that I may mention, check out the description box. Just hit show more beneath the video, and if your video is full screen, collapse it down a little bit so you can actually see the show more button beneath the video. It'll open the description box. You can find all that great information in there, and there's a ton of information, folks, including all of my social media and everything else. And also, I put down the questions that I'm asking and what part we're at in the video that I'm answering those questions. So again, thank you all very much. Hope y'all check that out in the description box. Before I get started, I wanted to mention one of my buddies that, you know, when we're doing these YouTube videos and stuff, we meet a lot of people. And one of them is, you know, I like doing business locally, you know, in Austin, or at least in Texas if I can. I got to thank my buddy Alex up near, I think he's around Greenville, just east of Dallas area, but he does a lot of woodworking. In fact, y'all have seen me using this cutting board recently in my videos. Just wanted to give you a quick story about it. Alex originally contacted me, asked me if I'd be interested in a cutting board, that he did homemade cutting boards. I was like, yeah, sure. So he sent me this one. Check out how beautiful this is. And he's got his mark right there, PBWW, and you can see up here, there you go, it's Pork Belly Woodworks, link down below in the description. Y'all be sure and check him out. On this side you can see his logo, but just beautiful, gorgeous boards. Uses all types of different woods. Problem though is Karen fell in love with that board, and she didn't want me using it to cut up meat on. So, being ingenious like I did, I got with Alex again and said, Alex, I need another board. So he had this one already made up, showed me a picture of it, and I was like, yeah, that's perfect. It's a good size, I love it. Heavy duty, really smooth finish, folks, just gorgeous. And I actually paid for this one, but he sent me the other one. And recently, just yesterday in fact, he sent me another package unbeknownst to me. He sent me this. I'm guessing this is like some kind of a cheese board or something. Y'all check that out. You know, gorgeous. I love woodwork stuff like that. And also he sent me 2 bottle stoppers, I guess wine stoppers basically. I don't know if you can pick up the colors in that, but y'all check that out. It's just absolutely amazing. And this one's more of a purple look to it. These are gorgeous, Alex. Really, really gorgeous. Love that, man. He didn't stop there though. He knows I like to drink me a little beer every once in a while, so he sent me this really nice bottle cap opener. Again, smooth as silk, just gorgeous. Great work, Alex. Thank you so very much. I'm going to use this to open up this local beer that I bought here. This is from Thirsty Planet, and this is their Yellow Armadillo Texas Ale. It's an American wheat type beer, but it's a Texas ale. Check out the armadillo on the front. We got a lot of armadillos here in Texas. But yeah, this is brewed locally. See if we can down the hatch. Cheers. That's pretty refreshing. I'm getting citrus tones right off the top. Just it's really not hoppy, but good citrus. What is that? It's almost like lime or something in there, man. That's good. That's really good. But a nice, light, refreshing wheat type ale. Here's my questions. Let's get this show on the road. Let's see if we can get started with this here. Oh, and if y'all see this, I actually burned myself on Karen's air fryer, no doubt. Whew, I'm doing good. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you in case y'all saw it. First question is from Antoine Jones. Antoine, how you doing, man? Says, thanks for continuing to make these videos. They're very informative and I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate your support of the channel. I have a Yoder pellet, YS640. That's a nice size pellet smoker, man. That's a good one. My buddy Joe, Southern Coastal Cooking, he's got one as well, man. He loves his. Antoine says, I would imagine it's similar steel to what you have on the Wichita. Yeah, it is. Says, how often do you recommend applying oil? I don't know, just usually whenever I start seeing a little rust spot, I'll put a little oil, but I'm not like going out there and coating it up once a month or anything. Occasionally, you know, I don't overcoat it. You know, once I do coat it, as I've mentioned, I fire up the pit and let that heat, the metal expand and absorb whatever oil I put on there. But you don't have to get crazy with it. Just put it on there as often as you think it needs it. Cooking with a Little Spice. How you doing? She's got a young channel here. Y'all go check her out. Again, down below, hit show more, and you'll find the links to all these people that I'm mentioning, okay? Let's see. Cooking with a Little Spice says, I have a few questions. Any advice for newer YouTube cooking channels? Just do your own thing. As I've mentioned before, you can go and find larger channels and start commenting on their videos. You know, I mean, actually watch their channel so you're supporting them. But then, you know, leave some comments, and eventually people will, you know, they have people that actually go and read all the comments. They'll see your name, your channel name, instead of just your personal name, and they'll click on it, find out about you, check your channel out, and possibly subscribe to you. That's one way to go about it. Social media helps a good bit too. If you got a large social media fan base, let them know you're doing cooking videos. She says, what would you do over again if you could? I would probably reach out to the larger channels once they're familiar with me. You know, I'm commonly watching and commenting on their videos and stuff, you know, kind of build a repertoire with them, you know. I would, once we're familiar with each other, I would approach those larger channels, maybe send them an email or a private message, and just basically do like you're doing me. Ask questions. You know, what can I do? You know, here, please check out this video on my channel and give me some feedback. Let me know what your reaction is to how I'm doing things, you know. So that, I wish I would have done that when I was really young. Now, when I did first start out, I actually did reach out, but not aggressively, you know. But I would occasionally chit-chat with JB over at Louisiana Cajun Recipes, Joe from Southern Coastal Cooking, Tango Joe, the Tango Joe Show. How you doing, Tango Joe? Tom's Test Kitchen. You know, all these people that I was familiar with. They didn't really know me because I was, again, a young channel. But they were all very helpful and had a lot of great ideas to point me in the right direction, basically, and help me to understand how things work on YouTube. But of course, YouTube changes every 6 months, it seems like. So you kind of got to learn the ropes and go with the flow as they change stuff too. She says, what has been helpful to you? My fans. You know, what really has been helpful to me is building this community, this back and forth between you guys and me. And I found it helpful to, I mean, it's sad, but when I go to some channels, you know, not necessarily cooking, but when I go to some channels, you know, I'll leave a comment. A lot of times they don't respond to my comment. Or if they do, it's like, thanks. And that's it, you know. I try when I have the opportunity to answer each of your comments, and I try to do it, well, I actually do it, I don't try. I answer each individually. It's not like I've got a script that I'm copying and pasting into each comment that you've left for me. So each one's unique, each one's different. It was from me to you. So I think that really matters a great deal as well. So y'all go check her out, Cooking with a Little Spice. I think your name's Melissa, I believe. I apologize if it's not, but I believe it is. Y'all go check her out though. Link down below. Next question is from Gary DiPiazza. I think that's how you say it. Gary, I'm sorry. Thanks for the question, Gary. T-Roy, speaking of meatloaf on the pit, ever do a bacon bomb, aka a bacon explosion? No, I have not. I do need to do. There's a lot of things that I do need to do. That's one of them. Gary says, I have several recipes that I would love to share with you. Let me know. Gary, yeah, please do send me some recipes, man. I appreciate any of you that've got great recipes, I'll check them out, and if they're good enough, I'll definitely put them on video if you give me permission to do so. You know, I mean, some people have sent me recipes, and it's like old family recipes that you don't want to share. So that's fine too. But yeah, I like trying out other people's recipes. That's really cool. Gary, send me what you got, man, and let me know whether I can use them on video. That'd be perfect. Primo, just email me, and if you're not sure where to get my email address, when you're looking at my main channel, when you click home on my main channel and you see my channel banner, click the About beneath the main banner, the main logo. Click About, and that's where you can actually find my email address. You can also ask me on Facebook. A lot of people hit me up, direct message me on Facebook. That works as well. I don't really do Twitter a whole lot or Instagram right now, but Facebook or direct email through my Gmail address. Next question is from Rockin' Robin's Cooking Mexican Recipes. Rockin' Robin, how you doing, girl? It's a good friend. Rockin' Robin and me been hanging out, not hanging out, but we've been chit-chatting back and forth quite a few years, huh, Robin? Ah, man, I'm losing some of it. Anyway, Robin's great. Y'all go check out her channel too. Fantastic, fantastic cook. She does a lot of stuff healthy, but she also throws in some Mexican style with it sometimes too. So y'all go check her out, man. Great channel, great channel. She's actually bigger than me. See what you got, Robin. Great video, Troy. I've got a question for you. When someone asks you a question that you feature on this chat, do you answer the person's question personally and then post it on your chat? Or do you just answer the question here? Just wondering. Hope you and Karen are doing great. Robin, yeah, we're doing fantastic. The way that I do it, if it's an urgent question, let me know that when you leave me the question in the comments on this video or future videos. I don't really go and add questions if you ask them on like episode 3 or something like that. I won't add those because those are really old by now. But if it's a more recent Thursday chat and you ask me a question, I'm going to add it to my list. If you let me know that it's an urgent question, at that point I do answer directly in the comments, okay? But if it's not, I generally just say thank you for the question, I appreciate it, I'll add it to my list. And I add it to my list and I save it for a Thursday chat. So that's how I do it, Robin. But yeah, you can do it many different ways. I just prefer to do it that way. That way, I mean, a lot of people have the same question that they will ask different ways. And writing them all down, and I kind of skim through them before I actually go live on this Thursday chat thing. I'll skim through them just to make sure I'm not duplicating questions. Sometimes they fall through the cracks, but for the most part I catch them. And if one like that happens where I've got 2 or 3 different people asking the same basic question, I'll combine them and I'll mention their names and say so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so asked basically this question. So I'll answer it that way. But man, much love to you and your husband, Robin. Here you're going on vacation soon, so hope you enjoy that. And thanks for the support. And folks, tell you what, if you're not a fan of Robin's, y'all go check her out. Rockin' Robin's Cooking Mexican Recipes. Links down below. Hit show more. She's a sweetheart. Hope to meet you someday, Robin. Avila 92. I think it's now Mr. Avila 92. after JB and I did that collaboration, and JB thought he was a female, but sorry about that, buddy. So, Mr. Avila 92, he says, just out of curiosity, what's your turnaround time on a question? Well, last time I looked, it was about 6 weeks. I'm thinking now it's probably more like 8 weeks. And the reason is because I can't do so many questions in one session. Like I usually try to do 15 to 20. But if I do more than 20, a lot of times my videos, these Thursday chats can run an hour or longer. Or if I've got a collaboration with some other YouTuber answering the questions with me, that can be easily an hour or more. So I'm trying to keep them a little shorter, but I know some of you do like the longer ones because you just kind of put it on in the background on your work computer and listen to me through your headphones and not really watching the video, but you've got it running in the background like a podcast, which is excellent. I appreciate that very much because YouTube still sees that as somebody watching the entire video. Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, you know, I try to keep up with them, but I'm steadily falling behind, if that makes sense. I can't answer them fast enough. In fact, I'm thinking if it ever gets to like 12 weeks that I'm behind, I may have to kind of start skipping through questions and just answering ones that I think are pertinent. I'm not there yet, but that may be one way to alleviate the lag time, is just to pick some questions, answer them, and then wait for the next video. So that way I can stay more up to date with answering your questions. If you think I'd rather do that, let me know. You know, and if for some reason 2 or 3 or 4 weeks go by, say a month goes by and I haven't answered your question and you really want to answer it, you want me to answer it, you're welcome to answer it or ask it again on another chat. We can do that way. You know, so again, we're a community. Let's talk about it. Let's see how you feel about it. Let me know. Michael Cereal. Michael Cereal's got his own cooking channel, man. And dang, what is it, Michael? I can't remember it off the top of my head, man. But Michael cooks with cast iron. If you're interested in cast iron cooking, y'all do check his channel out. Show more down below. He says, hey Troy, me again. Hey Michael. Could you do a video on bacon wrapped chicken lollipops in your smoker? Those are the bomb. I could definitely do that. I've thought about doing that. The problem is it's a lot of work. Usually, you know, I don't really plan a whole lot out what I'm going to cook. I just, what I'm hungry for and maybe what's on sale at the supermarket, that kind of thing. I just kind of wing it. But yeah, I could definitely do that in the future. Let me kind of get used to this being retired thing and get everything squared up around the house here, you know, because Karen's got quite a few chores I need to work on. You know, my honey-do list. You women know what I'm talking about. You guys do too. So I'm going to do some of that stuff. But once I get caught up, yeah, I'll be happy to do more involved cooks like that. And I would probably do it how-to style, you know, show you, make a longer cooking video showing you exactly how to do that. In fact, that was kind of similar. I just did that with this pork belly y'all saw this past Tuesday, where I took a pork belly from start to finish, showed you how I do it. That's the first time I've ever cooked one, but that's how I did it on that video. And I would definitely do that way again. But it was like a 20-minute video, you know? So those how-to videos are longer, which again, like I said, a lot of you do appreciate that, and I'm trying to accommodate some of you as well, but there's a lot of people out there that don't like to watch all those 20, 30-minute long videos, so I try to accommodate them as well by doing more along the 8 to 10-minute type videos. So you know, you can't please everybody all the time, so I kind of wing it and do what I can when I can. How about that? But again, y'all go check out Michael's channel, Michael Cereal, and I'll put it down beneath. I'll put Michael Cereal and then his channel name and then the link to his channel, so y'all know who I'm talking about. Let's see, Big Mark 2.0. Hey Troy. Hey, what's going on, Big Mark? Says, hope you're well. I'm doing fantastic. Hope you're well also, Mark. Cheers to you, my friend. Let's see. Big Mark says, you addressed a question regarding quail and pheasant. What about some other wild game, like venison, elk, etc.? Yeah, I've done some of that elk, and I've got some venison. Jeremy Taylor brought me some venison recently. He's one of my fans up around the Dallas area, so I need to do that. I've done, alpaca, you know. So I do throw in some things every once in a while that are wild game. And if you're interested in just checking out what I've got, you know, just pull up my videos and sort, you know, the oldest to the newest, or newest to the oldest, however you want to do it. Or if you want to, let's say, search for elk. Right beneath my channel, I've mentioned this before, right beneath my channel header where you see my logo, the T-Roy Cooks and all that, the nice Jetsons theme Karen made for me, there's a little magnifying glass. You'll see, you know, videos, playlists, some about, and then a little magnifying glass. Click the magnifying glass, it'll open a search box, type in what you want to search on my channel for, and it will specifically search for that on my channel only. Hope that helps, but y'all check it out, man. And if you're interested in something specific, let me know. I can definitely order the game online, and the wild game that is, and when it comes in, I'll be happy to do a cook on it. If you got any good recipes you want me to use with what you suggest, send that to me as well, because a lot of this wild game I have not cooked. I've never been a hunter or anything like that. I do like fishing, but never been a wild game type hunter. So if you got recipes to go along with your suggestion, feel free to include that. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for the question, Big Mark. Hope you're doing well, man. Next question is from Christopher Brown. He says, if a fan suggested a chopped style challenge to you, how well do you think you'd do if said fan suggested 4 ingredients for you to cook with and given a certain time? Come on, come on, come on. I'm getting there, hang on. Given a certain time frame. I don't think I'd do very well at it. I have actually been contacted by the Food Network, two or three different occasions, but I've turned them down because that's not my style. I don't like being rushed. I don't like time frames, having to have stuff done. That's another reason why I don't do competition cooking. So I just like to take it easy. I like to chill out and relax and enjoy the aromas, the smells in the air. You know, messing with the pit, stoking the fire, making sure there's enough wood on it, you know, stuff like that. I like to take my time and do it right. I don't like to be rushed. I'm not saying that you can't do it right if you're rushed. Keith Bedtag can nail that kind of stuff, but me, it's not my style. In fact, y'all go check out Keith Bedtag's channel down below. It's just simply called Keith Bedtag. Keith's one hell of a cook. He can walk in your pantry, pick out 3 or 4 items, make you a fantastic meal with it. Let's see. Michael Cereal's got another question for me. Okay. All right, Michael. Let you sneak that one in. Usually I try to do just one question from one person per episode, but I'll give you this one, okay? Michael says, does Karen drink beer? Yes, she does, but rarely. She also drinks margaritas and stuff. Rarely. If she drinks a beer, it's usually like a Shiner Bock or a Pacifico, something like that. But yeah, she does. Let's see. Oh, he says, this is a legit question. He's laughing. Let's see. You should show her my cast iron pizza videos, and maybe she could try it out. Yeah, I definitely will point that out to her and see if she wants to give that a shot. Because, you know, we've got cast iron cookware, and I've actually, there was a Pizza Hut, I think it was, closing down. I like deep dish pizza. And I went there like their last week and asked them if they had any pans that they wanted to sell. And, you know, I'd gone there quite a few times, and the manager knew me. So he walked in the back kitchen, he got me a nice deep dish 12-inch or 14-inch pan, put it in a plastic bag and handed it to me and said, here you go. So I've got one of those that they use at actual Pizza Hut places. That was very nice of him too, man. Still use that thing. It's a great pan. Let's see. Michael also says, never asked you, Troy, do you have any cast iron pans? Yeah, I do. I've got plenty of them. I grew up cooking cast iron. My grandmother, my mom, you know, that kind of thing. So I've got plenty of them. I used to go like to the Goodwill and Salvation Army and stuff like that and scrummage around. And if I find a good cast iron skillet or pot or Dutch oven or something like that, I'd much rather buy that's something that's got some well seasoned use on it than going and buying a brand new one. But I have bought brand new ones as well, but I like the older ones. It's the like the, what is it, the Oswalt? They're really good. I like those a lot better than some of the newer brands they have out. But there's quite a few good older brands if you can still find them used. A lot of them no longer in business, but good stuff. I love cooking with cast iron if I can. Next question is from Snuff Nation. He says, what's your favorite beer for a long cook and why? For a long cook, I usually just drink Busch beer. And as for why, because it's not very alcoholic. You know, maybe, what, 2.5%, 3%, something like that. So that's the reason. I can drink it and just sip on it all day and not be plastered at the end of the video. Or at the end of the party if I'm throwing a party, you know. So that's the way I kind of do it. I do also like Pacifico. I like some Modelo, Corona. But yeah, usually it's just Busch. You know, and if I have the opportunity, I'll find a nice beer like this one right here from Thirsty Planet here in Texas. This is nice and refreshing. I'll drink this all day long too. And just my luck, it's probably got 5.5% alcohol. Anyway, it's good stuff. Appreciate the question, Snuff Nation. And if you've got a channel, I'll look it up. If you do, I'll actually include it down below as well. Christy Byers, who's now Christy's cooking channel. Y'all go check out Christy. She's got a great channel as well. She does all kind of stuff. Christy says, I think pot holder is what you meant by that cloth thing. Yeah, Christy, and I'm sure you've run into this too. You know, when you're on camera, you're shooting the video, man, sometimes your mind just can't think of the words you're trying to think of to speak. And that was one of those situations. I was trying to think of a pot holder, and for some reason I could not think of that name. Just like tongs. Sometimes I'll try to think of the word tongs, and I can't. I just like these things, you know, these grabbers. It just slips my mind. It's one of those things when you're directly on camera, sometimes you just lose it. You just forget what words you're looking for. It happens to all of us. I'm sure it's happened to you too, Christy. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate the pot holder suggestion there. That's definitely what I was talking about. She says, I learn something every week. Any plans on doing a live video? Yeah, Christy, definitely. What I would like to do is to maybe do these Thursday chats live. That would be awesome. So I'm working on trying to get the equipment that I need to do that. I think I actually need to get a laptop. I'm not going to drag my desktop outside here, and I don't want to shoot this kind of thing inside, because I like the environment out here. I like the wind in my face. I like the chimes. I like the waterfalls. I like the fountain in the pool going. Every once in a while you hear airplanes going by. You hear my dogs barking. You know, stuff like that. I like all those sounds. They help me just keep my sanity, I guess, other than, you know, me being closed up in a room just talking to you folks with no sound around. That would drive me insane, man. That'd be drive me bonkers, I think. So I like the sounds of nature. Love that. Yep, definitely live videos Thursdays. I'm looking into it, okay? No promises, looking into it. Next question is from Aaron Carr. He says, T-Roy, have you ever met Aaron Franklin or been to his restaurant? No, on both occasions. I've never met Aaron Franklin. I would like to. And I've never eaten at his restaurant because I don't like crowds. I'm not going to wait in line that long just to go eat some barbecue. Which, you know, every time I go to a barbecue restaurant, I'm usually not impressed a whole lot. Some of them are good, but they're few and far between. Like I've mentioned before, once Aaron Franklin's restaurant gets, you know, less traffic, I may swing by there, you know, but I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. Let's see, David Parks. David says, hi Troy, I'm really new to smoking and grilling. My wife bought me a Weber Smoky Mountain clone that was horrible to use and control. Had a terrible fit and lost smoke everywhere. So I bought myself a Weber kettle to learn the ropes on. And he also says, I will be sneaking a Weber Smoky Mountain past my good lady this summer. Good luck with that, David. Hope she doesn't watch my videos. He says, my question is that on the cooking on the Weber Smoky Mountain video, you showed the minion method and mentioned meat only takes smoke up to about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. If I use the snake method, do I put all my wood chunks in the first third of the charcoal snake? He says, keep up the great show. All the best from a newbie across the pond. Cheers to you, mate. David, how you doing, man? I appreciate the question. Yeah, meat generally, I think it's been scientifically proven. The meat itself won't absorb any more smoke flavor within the meat once it reaches about 140, 145 degrees internal Fahrenheit. But I wouldn't throw all my smoke at the beginning, especially if you're cooking something that you're wanting a bark on. I mean, sure, that smoke flavor, you can put, you know, most of the wood towards the front of the snake, because at that point it's going to be below 140, 145 degrees internal Fahrenheit. But you still want some smoke towards the end, because the smoke particles in the air that's circulating in your cooking chamber, those smoke particles help attract the air, and they get onto the meat. And when they attract the air, the smoke actually gets attracted to the meat, the surface of it. It helps you get a really nice bark. Helps with the color of the bark, depending on what kind of wood you're using. And it also helps the flavor on the little pellicle, the very outer edge of the meat where the bark is. It helps with the flavor and the color. But yeah, don't think that you can't smoke meat after it reaches 140 or 45 internal. You keep the smoke going, because that helps the bark. And good luck with everything, man. I hope you do get your Weber Smoky Mountain soon. And I know you're enjoying the Weber kettle. It's good stuff. Weber makes fantastic products. They should sponsor me. Let's see. Wishbone L7. All right. Wishbone says, what do you do to deal with flies and other pests while you're cooking? Thanks for all of your great info. I have a, well, I used to have a large bug zapper, which I personally like. But Karen found when it doesn't zap, it's still got the fluorescent lights, so it attracts the insects. And it's got like it's got a intake at the top where the bugs come in, like an attractant up there that attracts them. And then it's got a fan above that that blows straight down into some trap doors that, you know, the bugs can go in but they can't come out, kind of thing. So they basically just get in that trap basket and starve. You know, they can't get back out. I'd rather zap them. But that's how I deal with it. You know, just shoo them away with my hand. I've heard of some people taking like a zip bag full of water and hanging that around your back porch or your cooking area, because the way that the eyes are on flies and stuff, it messes with their eyes and they get confused, so it keeps them away. I want to try that. I haven't tried that. Anyway, there's I don't know. I like the insect attractor, where it attracts the insects and disposes of them for you. That's my method. Next question is from James Morrison. He says, what's up, T-Roy? Not a whole lot, James. Cheers to you, man. Appreciate the question. Let's see. James says, hope this message finds you well. It does. I'm very well. I'm enjoying the retirement now, so thank you, and hope you're well as well. Do you ever drink wine or liquor? Yeah, definitely do. I like usually wine like with a pasta dish. Sometimes red wine with steak, but usually it's a pasta dish. I drink some white wine. Liquor, rarely, maybe at the holiday season, you know. I used to actually do some videos for Flaviar where I taste tested liquors, but that was a wash because they had trouble sending it to me, so I had to stop that. But yeah, man, every once in a while, you know, especially if it's cold outside, that's more like when I would drink the hard liquor stuff, and I don't drink a lot of it. I just mainly stick with beer. Let's see. James says, have you ever gotten so blasted you couldn't finish a cook? Just curious, my man. Thanks for all the vids. I love these Thursday chats. James from San Diego. Yeah, James. Yeah, I definitely have done that. There's been some videos that I was like, I shot the entire video, and by the time I got down to the tasting, my mind just wasn't working right. So yeah, I just scratch that video and reshoot it or do another one the next time I could. So it's happened occasionally. It doesn't happen very often because, you know, I try to watch myself. But yeah, man, if I'm having a good time, it's a good cook, you know, going and smelling good, and I'm out enjoying the pool, and it's hot out here, you know, it can catch up with you sometimes. One of those times happened to be when let me see, Bubba was here. Me and Bubba and James, we all hung out and having a pool party, and man, we ate some good barbecue that day, and at the end of that night, man, we were lit. But man, we had a good time. It's all a good time. Yeah, I try not to though. It's kind of embarrassing on video when you're not coherent. Let's see what else we got here. And this is going to be a longer video. It looks like I'm trying to catch up a little bit, so my apologies. Just skip through if you're not interested in some of these questions. Hit show more below, pick the questions you want, and click the little minute marker where it tells you where the question is you want me to answer, and it'll take you there. Next question is from Trevor. Trevor says, been looking around for a smoker that fits my needs. After watching your channel, you made the decision very easy. You just ordered a Weber Smoky Mountain. Congratulations on the Weber. I'm sure you've used it, you know, several times at least since you asked this question. He says, definitely bringing out the... Just ordered the Weber... Excuse me. Just ordered the Weber Smoky Mountain. Definitely bringing it out on deployment. A bunch of Navy deep sea divers are going to be eating good for the next 7 months. Trevor, thank you. Thank you very much, man. Much love and safety to all of the Navy SEALs that are with you, man, and all of you that are out there protecting the United States of America. All of our armed forces and the reserves. Appreciate you very much, man. I can't thank you enough. Thank you. Trevor says, just curious, with all of the smokers you have now, how do you decide which one to use? Is it dependent on the meat you'll be cooking? No, Trevor, it's actually not. I mean, sometimes it is, but rarely. Usually it's like I've neglected one for a month or more, I'll go use that one. That's how I decide. If it's one I haven't used in the recent past. Like I haven't used my Kamado in the recent past. So I need to use that. I haven't used my Weber Smoky Mountain. Well, I did a rotisserie on it fairly recently, but haven't actually smoked on the Weber Smoky Mountain as it was designed to do. So I need to do that again. I do have a cook coming up on my Yoder Wichita coming up, and I may have some, at least one guest coming. So y'all stay tuned for that. Hopefully we can get them to do a little Thursday chat collaboration with me while they're visiting too. But looking forward to that. You know who you are. Let's see. Next question. Trevor, again, you and your buddies, y'all take care, man. Appreciate all you do. Love you guys. Next question's from Scott Stanton. Hey Troy, love your videos. I'm deciding what type of barbecue smoker to buy, and I noticed that you have an offset smoker, a Kamado, and a Weber Smoky Mountain. You've probably been asked this before, but which one would you recommend for someone starting out? I've always had a gas barbecue, so this would be my first charcoal one. Cheers, Scott. Scott, cheers, man. That I can answer you, but it kind of depends on what you're going to be cooking. I mean, how you're wanting to cook. The Weber kettle is fantastic, but I waited a very long time. I just got mine like within the last 3 or 4 weeks, but I am loving it. Wish I would have gotten one a lot sooner. So that's great for just a regular charcoal barbecue grill. They do make attachments like the slow and sear that you can use to control temps low and slow on it and allow you to smoke meat on it. They make rotisseries that you can attach to it to do rotisserie cooking on the kettle. So there's a lot of different things you can do on the kettle if you buy the accessories to go with it. For just pure low and slow cooking, I would strongly urge you to get the Weber Smoky Mountain. And I would urge you to get the 22-inch because when you get the 18-inch, you're not going to be able to fit a full brisket on there. And you know, a larger one like a 14-pound brisket or better, you'll probably have to cut it in half, and you'll have to do the same with racks of baby back ribs or St. Louis ribs. You'll have to cut those in half as well. The 18-inch span across the grill grate's not big enough. It's not long enough for those meats. So that's why I would go with the 22-inch if you had the option and the means to do it. But yeah, for just a regular charcoal grill, you can throw burgers, hot dogs, and jalapeno poppers and stuff on. Go with the Weber kettle. For true barbecue, low and slow smoking, go with the Weber Smoky Mountain. And there's a lot of attachments like the rotisserie and stuff, also for the Weber Smoky Mountain. So check them out. Cheers to you. Appreciate the question, Scott. Next question is from Sharon Lewis. Sharon says, do you cover your grills with when they are not in use? No, I usually do not. But here in Texas, we don't usually get a whole lot of rain. If it does rain, it comes through quickly, and then it's gone. She says, years ago, I read that it traps moisture in and actually deteriorates the grill faster than leaving it closed with no cover. Thanks. Yeah, that's a good point. Appreciate that, Sharon. Cheers to you. I think that's one of the reasons that my Yoder Wichita started rusting, because I bought the cover for it. I used to keep it covered to protect it, but I found that after a rainstorm, you know, the next day or two, I would go pull the cover off to use it, and there was all kind of moisture on the surface of the metal. Apparently, the cover for the Yoder Wichita was not waterproof, or it wasn't as waterproof as it should have been. So, yeah, you can definitely trap moisture under the cover if it's not waterproof. The key word being waterproof. I'm a firm believer, if it's sunshiny, open your vents, let the air flow through your pit. But if it's raining, yeah, just simply close the vents. And if you got a waterproof cover, go ahead and cover it. If not, it's not going to kill it if you leave it out there. It's not going to ruin it if you just leave it out in the rain. But do, at least like mine, I've got a pergola that mine sit under, so they don't get a ton of rain on them anyway. Maybe just like my Yoder on the very back edge of my Yoder Wichita, maybe a little bit, but most of it's covered. But yeah, great point, Sharon. Thank you very much. Next question is from Alan Mattoon. T-Roy, what do you think of the Pit Boss ceramic grill? Thanks. Alan Mattoon, Squealing Ribs Barbecue. Cool name for a barbecue. Squealing Ribs Barbecue. If you've got a channel, I'll put it down below and just hit show more, y'all. Alan. Pit Boss ceramic grill. You know, I've never heard of the Pit Boss ceramic grill, but most of the ceramic cookers and grills, they're all pretty much the same. Some are a little thicker ceramics than others. Some are a little bit slightly designed differently as far as the grates and accessories that you can use within them. But they all function about the same. You've got an air intake in the bottom, you've got a vent at the top. And it's a design that works. And it holds heat very well. It's very fuel efficient. But I've never seen one. I've never owned one. So if any of you have a Pit Boss ceramic, you know, Kamado type cooker, you might want to chime in, because I don't know anything about them. Thanks. Appreciate the question, Alan. Sorry I couldn't really answer you, man. Next question is from Eli Colner. Eli, how you doing, man? This is Troy. Have you ever cooked a chowder? Yeah, definitely, man. Me and Karen do love doing chowders. She does a corn chowder that's got like some hatch peppers in it and stuff, or serrano peppers, poblano peppers. Really, really good stuff. A little corn and potatoes in there. It's good. Karen makes it good. If I can find that video, I think we did a video on it. I'll put it up here for you, okay? Eli also says corn chowder is one of his favorites. I'd love to see your take on that comfort food. Yeah, again, like I said, I think we've done one. I love corn chowder. I think clam chowder is probably my favorite. But if I can find that corn chowder video where me and Karen actually did it, I'll put it up here for you, okay? If I can't find it, that means I didn't do a video, and I will be happy to do a video for you, Eli. Thanks for the suggestion, and thanks for the question. And again, cheers to you, buddy. Next question is from Astral Surfer. Hey, Troy, you seem to love well-marbled steaks, which I assume are all grain-fed. Not all of them, most of them, though. It says, my question is, do you like grass-fed steak? Yeah, I do. It's usually a little bit tougher, but it does have more flavor if it's grass-fed. So, I mean, for instance, a lot of times when I go buy me a steak, I like the marbling, the tenderness of the steak. So I will buy one for myself that's grain-fed. Karen prefers the ones that are grass-fed because they have more flavor. So, you know, unless you're talking about Wagyu or something where there's so much abundant marbling that fat is just like butter, man. Really good stuff. But just regular stuff from the grocery store locally, yeah. Had both. I prefer the grain. Karen prefers the grass-fed. He says, here in Australia, we have grass-fed beef that is just as well marbled as grain-fed. Come on. My liquor ain't working today. Come on now. He says, check out Grim, what does he say? Check out Cape Grim Beef on Instagram. He says, anyways, the low and slow cooking scene is exploding in Australia, and I love watching your videos for help. Hey, I appreciate that. Astral Surfer, huh? I'm going to check you out, man. Appreciate that very much. I'm going to call it right there, folks. That's probably an hour-long video. Thanks again for all the questions, and I'll check out that Cape Grim, what was it? Cape Grim Beef on Instagram. I'll check that out, see what they got. But yeah, man, y'all got some nice beef there in Australia. Anyway, cheers to all of y'all. If you've got questions, ask them in the comments down below. I'll be sure and get to them and add them to my list. If it's an urgent question, let me know that, so I'll answer you directly in the comments below the video. Keep the questions coming, though. You know, and we're a community, so if you've got suggestions about how you want me to proceed with these Thursday chats, like going live or certain time frames that you would be available to watch live. Let me know those kind of things. You know, this is I like interacting with all of you. So give me your feedback. I'd appreciate it. And again, thanks Alex for these wine stoppers and the bottle opener and the cutting boards. Man, you do perfect work. Excellent work. Y'all go check him out. Pork Belly Woodworks. I'll put the link down below where y'all can check out his Facebook page and his website where you can ask him. You know, if you've got a special cut you want him to do for you, some special wood you want him to use, I'm sure he can hook you up. But we'll see y'all next Thursday, folks. And don't forget to check me out on Tuesdays where I've got some cooking videos. Thanks again. I'm up to over 61,000 subscribers. So cheers to all of y'all. Appreciate your support. And we will see y'all next time, folks. If y'all like this kind of stuff, y'all be sure and give me some thumbs up. Hope you share the videos. And when you do, please tell all your friends, T. Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody.